Can you see the screen?
Yes,
Hello? Yeah. So guys, you have any doubt in the custom command? Yes,
no,
Deepa,
sir.
Vivek.
No, sir.
Okay,
No, sir.
Vivek, are you there?
Yes, yes, sir. Actually, I was on mute.
Yeah, okay, no worry. Yesterday you left, I think. So you have any doubt in the custom command?
No, no, sir. Actually, I haven't doubt. Actually, yesterday I have some network issues, so that's why I left early.
Okay, no worry. Okay, so today we'll see how to create a framework page object model.
Okay.
This is very important framework.
Yes.
It's also asked in the interview, like, what's POM, the for
Mhm.
POM. So you guys
Sir,
away? Yeah.
is Cypress paid? Actually, someone
No,
told me this.
Cypress is not paid. It's open source.
Yes,
Okay.
but they were saying that for some functionality we need to they have created user based करके and
No, actually, Cypress having a dashboard,
okay.
cloud based. In that dashboard, you can add three of your colleague or a person you can add, and you can run 500 test cases in a month. Okay, and if you want to have more test cases like unlimited, then there is a plan to buy that one.
Okay.
Okay, so that dashboard which is cloud based, so it's a paid version. But in the free version, you can add three of your colleagues, including you, and you can run at least 500 test cases in a month.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll see how to create page object model framework. So, okay, Vivek, do you know what is page object model?
No, sir. Actually, not sure.
Okay, you haven't seen this one in Selenium or like somewhere else?
Actually, this is my first framework, sir. Cypress I'm learning means this means automation tool is Cypress is my first.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. And I think Deepa, like the framework. You work on that.
Yeah, I have just an idea. I have seen videos, many videos. I don't have actual hands-on experience.
Okay, so have you
I just
created?
studied.
Okay,
No,
so
I haven't. I just watch videos on it.
okay, okay. So today we'll see how to create. So what we'll do, like in the page object model, we have two uh, file. Okay, we have two files. One is for locator, and the another one is to access the file, the locator file. That is main file. Okay. Now we'll see. First, we create one file. So I'll just create one file for you. And this is your E2E folder. Okay. Now I'll just close this E2E. Yeah. Inside E2E, just close this one. Yeah. Now I'll create one folder or one file like form. Okay. .js, and I'll create another file pom1.js. Okay, what I'll do for this pom, I'll just rename it to pom locators. Okay, locators, or I just put here instead of pom Google locators. Okay, and to access this one, I write here Google form. Okay. Now this is two files I have created. One is locator and one is to access that file. So basically what we'll do, we'll create one Google, we open the Google website, and in the search box we add some string, clicking on the search button using the POM. Okay. Now what I'll do, first I'll create some locators here. So before that you have to create one class. Inside the class you have function, and inside the function you have the locators. Okay. Now I'll create one class here under the Google locator.js file. Class Google. This is my class. Open the curly braces. Okay. Now create function as many as you want. So first function is like you have to open the URL. So write down open URL. This is your function. So just put parenthesis, again curly braces here. Now put yours cy dot, okay, visit, cy dot visit. Here write down now https google.com. This is your first function. Okay, insert the class Google in the Google locator.js file. Now
Sir, here we know we means we know means we know no need to create describe or should
no,
there
no need to create any it block, no need to create any describe. Okay, all that you just in this locator file you have only the class and the functions.
direct function.
Yeah. Now before that, if you want, like, this class is not accessible to other
Hmm.
file until unless you put the export here,
Sport.
this one line. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you just write on here export default Google, export default Google is your class name.
Okay.
Okay,
Or sir,
now
we can directly add export to their class in front of class or this open URL function. Is it work?
uh, we'll see it whatever query is, you just focus this one, we'll see it whatever you want to modification. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a, like, the way you're writing export is you have to write on export first, then
Hmm.
default Google here.
Okay.
Okay, now this is your second file in which you want to access this locator.
Hmm.
So now I have just created one function inside the class. Okay, so one by one we create the functions. First we'll check it out whether this function is accessible or not, or this class or this file is accessible or not.
Hmm.
Okay, just go to Google. Now import it. Here you export.
Hmm.
Now you import here. So what?
Sir,
Yeah, Deepa.
I I'm not getting why you wrote that export there.
Yeah. See, if I ask you what do you mean by export? What do you think export means? What?
Actually, export is a access modifier.
No. If I ask to Deepa, what you say, Deepa? Export means what?
Uh, Actually, I know what is import. From import, we can access some data from another file or
No.
application.
If you like in a simple way, like in a simple way, what do you mean by, like, if I want to export or import some item from India, what do you mean by that one?
Export means we exported to other countries, and import means we
Correct.
take
Export means we are selling to other countries, and
right.
import means we are buying something. Correct.
Yes, yes.
So here I am writing export. Export means what? This file I want to sell to other file.
Okay,
Okay, and I am writing in this import. So I want to buy some file.
okay.
Got it?
And
So
yes,
this one is export means what? Like this file is accessible to all the files.
Okay. Okay. And uh, what do you mean by default?
Default is like it's a way of writing like export default Google. So we'll see it if I don't write Google here also. But what the Cypress document says that whenever you want to export some file, you have to write on the export default Google. Google is a class name.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see what happen if I remove the default here from this. And also we'll see what happen if I don't write this one. Okay.
Okay.
Now go to Google here. Now whatever the file you have written the export, so it will accessible here now. But you have to write some function like import, write on import. Now what's the, what you are exporting? Which class you are exporting? Google, correct? So write on
Yes.
here import Google from where? From which class? Like this one, from which page name? Google locators, correct?
Yes.
So you just write on double quote and dot and the forward slash. You will get this Google locators. Can you see Google CY, Google locators? I want this one. Now you import that file. Got it?
Yes.
Now in this case, suppose I don't write this export now. Now I don't write export. And if I go this here, now what happens? See, you will see the file. You can see this file. Okay. Now we'll see later on that it's accessible or not. Okay. So first I remove this one. I go here. Now you import this Google locator. But to access any class, because this Google is a class of this file. If you go to this Google locator doors, this one is your class. So if you want to access any function inside this class, what we require?
We need to inherit
We require
inheritance.
no, we require object. No,
Yes.
if you see the OPS concept like C++ or like JavaScript, so any class, if you want to access the class, you have to create one object. By using object, you can access the class.
Right.
Correct? So
Yes.
I'll create one object here, like constant object. You can use any word object or whatever you want. Equal to new, and what's the class name? Google.
Google.
Yeah. So just put here where this is. This is here the way writing or defining any object. Got it?
Yes.
Now in this file you can use your describe now. Describe uh, page object model. Now I am using the factor operator. Now use the it block here. It. I'll just use this. Let me check reference type equal to surplus. Yeah, I'm getting this error now. It. This was not working in this version. Here now I write a it. Mm, learning page object model, comma function. Now see, I have created the describe and it block. Okay, in this file. Now I want to access this function. Open URL. So what I'll do, I'll just go here and whatever the object I'm having, I add here object dot, just click the dot here. You can see open URL. Now run this Google Form1.js and see what happened now. First save it and this. Can you mute someone? Yeah. Now I open this npx cypress, open the test runner. Now we'll see what happened. E2 existing. Now run the form1. Correct? Where is your form1? This was Google. Where is your form1 file? Did I save inside this folder? This is my E2E folder. Inside this, I have saved it. Google locator.js. Let me go here. Auto save.
What is the problem, sir?
The problem is like we have created a file.
Okay.
Two files we have created. This Google locator.js and Google
Mm-hmm.
Form. Inside is E2E.
Mm-hmm.
Including this Google CY.js also we have this one we are practicing.
Yeah.
So I have saved it, created it, but the test runner I cannot able to see these files. I'm only seeing this first file only.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I'm just checking out my another file. Like this is my config file.
Can you check with means can we close the test runner and rerun again?
Well, uh, no, still not Vivek.
Mhm.
What I'll do, I'll just close this VS Code and I just start again.
Sir, hello.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we need to add cy.js in front of locators and form extension.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Correct, correct. In a new version, correct?
Yes.
Exactly. Thanks, Vivek. Exactly. Previously, we don't want put this like correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Now we see it. Yeah, thanks. See this file. Okay, now if you see here carefully, uh, this it describe and it block is under the Google form1.cy.js file, correct? So run this file, form1.js, run this file. Now see what it says. Model not found, can't resolve Google locators. Same thing if I remove this one. Google locators CY. Put.cy here. I don't know autosave. Let's run it. See it works. Can you see guys?
Yes.
Now I want to pass some string into this text box of Google page. Okay, so again right click, This is your class. Copy this class. Check it out. This whole class is working or not. 4 of 2 is getting me. ID is there or not. Input type equal to this is input class. No, copy this one. Now go to your locator file. Okay, now create one again once again function like in Google or intertext. Okay, intertext. Create one function. You can create any function. Okay, it's up to you. Let us see why I don't get. Okay, now what you want to pass here? Like I want to pass string error. For example, India. Okay, now you have created one locator inside this intertext function, and you're passing some string. Okay, so now copy this function here. Go to your form one. Now again inside this object dot second function intertext. Now save it and run it. Say India get printed here. Okay. Now I want to click on the search button here. Google search. Copy here. Copy this. Now go to your locator file. Again create one function here. Search button by the name of search button. Okay. Now you can just put here dot click force true. Now copy the search button. Go to your Google form one. Obj dot function. Save it. Run it. See India gets selected here. You can see the India. Okay. Now, Vivek, tell me what is your doubt like regarding this
Uh,
export default Google?
no doubt, actually, sir.
Hmm.
But before that, sir, I want to ask something regarding this form file. So we we required this form means we required this type of form model to access our functions in our predefined or newly created.
Exactly.
Yes.
See, Vivek, the idea behind the page object model is like that. Suppose in your project you want to create one framework using form. So what
Mm.
happened? You know like suppose you have locators like which is more than 1,000 or something.
Mhm.
So what happened like if you don't use POM, you directly use the locator, and suppose due to some changes in your project and also the locator gets changed. So when you run the your project without the POM framework, so what happened? you will confuse like where the locator get changed, because you have thousand line of code.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, if you created one framework like page object model, so what happened? Like suppose your intertext locator get changed. So you can easily know like yeah, here interchange means your is asking about the text box of your Google. So you can directly go to the search and you can change your locator. And the second benefit or second advantage of using this POM is like that, like all the locators are in the one file, and that files is accessible to all the files which import that one. Okay. So what happen once you change in a one file, so it will get reflected in all the files. There is no need to go every files and change it.
Mm-hmm. Actually, sir, somewhere what means what I see. Ki sometime can you please go into this form one file, Google form one
Yeah.
file. So here we added some functions. Okay, so like if this function is required in multiple files, then only we can write those function in this Google Locator files. Otherwise, we write those function in just default functions, like means those access is only for those particular page or particular file. Understood what I am trying to say?
Yeah, you mean to say like that the function which is used oftenly we can use in the form, correct?
No, actually the functions, whatever function, if you feel that this particular function we can use multiple time, then only we can write those function in this Google Locator file, and then after that we can import here. This means in this file, Google Form 1 file.
No, like it's not like that. Like if you want that, yesterday only I told you that the Deepa asked me like what is the difference between the custom command and the form,
Hmm.
correct? Even though the custom command, what its documentation says that the function which is used more oftenly, like so you
Hmm.
can create your own custom command so
Hmm.
that your code is more readable.
Hmm.
Yeah. So basically, remember two things. In the page object model, like first, your locators are in one page,
Yeah.
correct? So you create your locators in one page, and like whatever files you have, like 10, 15, whatever files, and you want that locators in different places, you can access that one. So once if you change any locator for the main file, locators file, so it will get reflected in all the files.
Okay. Okay.
Got it? Like if I take one example, do you like, for example, I'm having one page. I write here one page, suppose.
Hmm.
For example, I have one page, Air India.
Hmm.
Okay, so Air India, I am having locators. Okay, this is my locator space. So this is my locator space, which contain like we can say the flights. We can say okay, flights locators I'm having. Okay, so all the flights, like all international domestic files, locators you can see here inside this locator fold. Okay, locators Air India. I'll based on file. Okay, now I'll create another page, like for example, uh, form one, for instance. Now inside this, I want to create one scenario, like I'm going from like India to USA. Okay, now for this scenario, I want to access locator. I want to access the flights. So where's the flight? Flight is there in this sign. So I can access
Hmm.
here. Now again, I have to create the second POM folder where my scenario is different, like India to China. So I can access whatever I want from this file only, which country locators. So might be this locator I'm using is more repeatable,
Hmm.
but the scenario is different. The file is different, but I can access it.
Yeah.
Now, in that way, I have created like 10 of POM files. Like this is my suppose 100 one, and I am using locators from here also. And sometimes the locators get repeated, sometimes don't. Now
Mm-hmm.
what happened? The repeated locators, like the developer changes something, in the project, and you
Mm-hmm.
need to change the locators. So what I'll do, instead of going to 100 POM files, what you will do, you just go to locator file and just change here only.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the locator is using, that change one, so it will get reflected here only.
Okay.
There is no need to go in every POM file and change it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Yes, got it.
Yeah. So instead of making raw, code, it's better that you can use some framework.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's the framework is more readable. Like if you see here, you can easily get open URL. Means what? To open the URL. Enter text. Okay, enter text. Search button. You can more readable this one. And then you can understand it what you are doing.
Yes, yes.
So in this way you can use this POM file. Now, if suppose I export it and import it. Okay, now what happen if I remove this default now? Only export Google. See, I'm getting error messages. Can you see?
Yes.
Declaration of statement expected something. So I by default I have to write this one. Okay, I don't write this one. I don't want to export this one. Okay, now I save it and I run it. See what happened now. What error message it will give to me? See, we dynamically generated a new test to display this failure because this file is not accessible now, so it cannot get reflected here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see?
Yeah.
That's the reason you have to export it. Now you have exported it. Okay, now you export it. And now what I'll do, I'll just go here and I don't want this import. I save it. Now see what happened. Run it. Again it will get confused where to go. So in the page audio model you need require the export and import together.
Okay, sir, can we add export only for some particular functions, whatever functions we need to export, that only if we provided export access modifier, then it is it work? Can you please open this Google Locator CY file?
Yeah.
Yes, in that, if we remove the export default from Google,
Mm-hmm.
24 line,
So
whole
see,
line,
if I remove this one now, so it will give me error. Like see,
whole line, 1 minute. Can you please remove? Miss comment, whole line,
which line?
24, last line,
Okay,
20.
I'll commit it. Okay.
And can you please add export default to anyone above function
Okay,
or like
export. Okay, export default and open URL. Correct.
no, just give this keywords to this third line, open URL.
Open URL like this.
No. You just copy this export URL, sorry, export default, and paste before this open URL function on the line 3.
Okay.
On the
Like
line on the line 3.
like this.
Yes. Can you please remove default?
See, Vivek.
No, actually, sir, somewhere
See,
what I see, कि sometime means these functions are means the whatever function we written in this locator cy.js file, which are all are exportable. But what happened in some time? Okay, sir. Actually, I means I study first and then I will explain, or if I
Yeah,
get.
like what happened, I'll just give a scenario to you, okay?
Hmm.
Suppose you are going abroad,
Hmm.
okay, and you are taking suitcase with yourself, okay? We have
Hmm.
suitcase.
Hmm.
Inside your suitcase, you have many folders.
Hmm.
So in this case, it is better to take suitcase or just take one folder only.
Suitcase.
Suitcase, because whatever you file needed, you can just access it, call it using the object.
Hmm.
Whatever file you don't want, you just keep as it is.
Hmm.
So that is why the Cypress is more handy. They directly exporting this class, not each and every function. Otherwise it is very tricky. To export each and every function, because in a class you have more than 1,000 functions.
Yes.
So exporting each function is difficult task. Rather exporting the class file.
Yeah.
Yeah, so logically, if you say here, instead of exporting each and every function, it's better to export the class, so that it's up to you which function you want. You just go here, and suppose if you don't want this function, don't
Hmm.
take this one, instead of take this one. It's up to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you have any more questions, just read it and let me know whether, like, you said, like, you read somewhere like that you can also access the export the function. So I also know, because I don't know up till now that we can only export the functions.
Yes.
Yeah. So in this way, you can run or you can use your page object model. So Deepa, are you there? Hello? She's not there, I think.
But you are on mute.
She's on
I
mute.
think.
Okay. So
Maybe
you
not.
do practice, Vivek, and let me know tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Okay then.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye
Take
bye.
care.